Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Linda Millard, and welcome to your first video. This series is called From Stuck to Thriving. And in our first video today, we're going to talk about reconnecting. That is, aligning to your inner truth. So, are you feeling stuck, like you've lost your spark, or maybe you're not quite sure what your next step is? Well, listen, you're not alone. I've been there too. And here's the truth, is that the first step to passion and purpose clarity, it isn't out there. Thank goodness, because it actually is within you. And most women that come to me that say I'm feeling stuck or I don't know what my next best step is, it's not because they're lazy or unmotivated. They're stuck because they're disconnected from their truth. So your energy, your aliveness, it actually comes to you living in alignment with who you are at your essence, who you are seated as a soulful self. And when we're feeling stuck or unmotivated or have this sense of frustration, I don't know what's next, I've been taking care of everyone else but me, it's like you sort of left yourself behind in the process. It's because you've been busy out there taking care of business, taking care of whatever it is, your family, maybe some loved ones, and we've left ourselves behind. So what happens when we ignore our own body signals, that is not listening to our desires, saying, I'll deal with me later, is that we start to disconnect from what we call our power source. And without knowing who we are and living in alignment with that, we start to feel a disconnect, a sense of lacking luster, lacking fulfillment, feeling like it's hard to get up and put my feet on the floor because what am I doing? Life becomes a checklist, not a calling. But when we come back home to ourselves, that is who we are at our essence, what happens is our clarity returns, our intuition sharpens, and we start to feel lit up. In other words, we get excited to get up and put our feet on the floor in the morning. Many people come to me thinking, I'm seeking enlightenment. I need to connect to my higher self or, get this sense of guidance of enlightenment. The premise that I operate from is that you are already that. You are already pure consciousness here, having a massive human experience in a physical body. And what happens is when we lose this connection to who we are as source, we start to feel lost, we feel stuck, we don't know our next direction, we start to ask, what do I want? I don't even know what I want anymore. It's been so long that I've actually checked in with myself that we think we're this seeking this. But really what we are is this, and we spend our lifetime seeking to root and awaken to who we are at our magnificence. We're all born with gifts. And when you think back to when you were younger, as a young child, what were you naturally drawn to? What would you naturally lose yourself in? Was it arts? Was it crafts? Was it make-believe? Was it pretend? Was it moving your body? Were you the child that all your friends came to when they had their problems and they would seek grounding and clarity from you? So whatever it is that lit you up at younger than 15, usually around the age of 7 to 12, that are the gifts that you were brought here to offer, to nurture, to cultivate, and then to also give and service to others. So our first step is about reconnecting to what matters to us most. So we're going to do a little exercise here. So I invite you just to close your eyes and just take a breath in and exhale out. Embodiment is this first place to begin. Why? Because your wisdom, you as pure consciousness, speaks to your body. That is your gut instinct, your intuition. And your gut instinct, your intuition is designed then to speak to your mind for what it is you want it to action on. Keep breathing into your belly. Let it feel good. Come inside. Be the one on the inside actioning the breath. And exhale out. Beautiful. And ask yourself, where in my life am I out of alignment? Is it in your health, your well-being? Is it in your career, your spirituality, your relationships? Where in your life are you not living your truth? And just take one more breath. And exhale. Now I invite you to pick up a pen and paper and write down whatever it was that came to you. Where have you lost parts of yourself along the way? Could be your career. It could be relationships. It could be in your spirituality. It could be in your finances, taking care of being a good steward of your money. It could be in adventures or excitement, doing things in your day that bring joy and fulfillment to you. What part of you have you been ignoring? Let the answer rise. Don't overthink it. Just listen. And I invite you to grab a journal or a piece of paper and write down what that was. So as we wrap up our first video here, in that moment of reconnection, it's the first step of you coming back to you, coming back home to ourselves as pure consciousness. It's not that we're here to find enlightenment. We are already enlightened. It's finding that space of coming back home to you. That is coming down into our root of who am I and what matters to me most, and who am I as this enlightened being. So ask yourself and journal, where in my life am I out of alignment? And what is it that your energy just naturally wants you to notice? And in video 2, we're going to dive into the second key of releasing what no longer fits so that we can then step into who am I as awakened to my magnificent self. All right. See you in the next